All right, good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Hey, Laverne, how are you? I got one more gadget here I'm trying to go live on, but this one is not getting it, so I guess we're going to have to roll without it. How are you guys doing out there today? Elaine Proby here, CEO, Proby's Tax and Accounting, giving you guys some great tips on how to run, operate your business. And what we have been talking about lately is, I guess, more so of a mindset, how to think today, how to think like an entrepreneur, right? So one of the things that I want to talk about today, guys, because, everything is a state of mind. State of mind is, how you think and how you think is how you're going to operate, right? That's going to regulate how you perform. And so I just want to keep everybody positive, keep everybody motivated, right? And so that way can stay in course. So today we want to talk about some tips on how to think like an entrepreneur. So thank you guys for jumping on. Hit like and share on this video. And I guess this device over here is not going to do it today. All right. So we have 3 points, guys, that we're going to discuss and how to think like an entrepreneur. Leadership, an entrepreneur is a leader. And what's happening is that, it's said that leadership is not, you don't get it overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Some people are born leaders, as they say, and some people can learn how to lead. But one of the things you got to understand is there's certain qualities that you do have to have in order for you to operate and to be successful in what it is that you do. So we want to talk about 3 points that will assist you in that journey of becoming a leader, or to help you as an entrepreneur so you can think like a leader and like an entrepreneur and be successful in what you do. All right. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to make another attempt over here just to see if I can get the folks over here on IG on Proby's. And let's see, we have the other. All right. So I think we're live on that one. And trying to make sure that everybody gets this information. You guys on here on Facebook, hit like and share so everyone can get it. Okay. So here we go. I think this one is popped in. Yes. So this is going to be great. So we can get more people on here and everybody can see this information. So anyway, so we're going to talk about these 3 points about thinking like an entrepreneur. And first one today, guys, I want to talk about is an entrepreneur, right? Which is a leader, because normally you have to have those qualities for you to even want to go in business, want to get going, and for you to feel and know that you can make this a successful journey. So you have to be a leader, right? So you have to focus on, most leaders, most entrepreneurs, you focus on the how and not the what, right? So what happens is most leaders, of course, they figure out that if something happens, they usually want to know how they can fix it, how they can correct it. You spend less time on what happened, but more time on how you can make it right. So that's the first point I want you guys to to pay attention to today, right? Focus on that. You always need to know that you are the person, that can solve the problem. Any problem that occurs, you are the person who can solve the problem. So if you spend more time, let's see, it says 80% on the how. If you spend more time on what happened, if you spend days going over what actually took place, if something takes place, you need to spend more time on how you can fix, how you can correct, how you can make whatever it is that has taken place. If it's something that's not conducive to the business, how do you fix it? How do you make it right? How do you move forward? And this is what you have to spend your time as a leader. Folks is looking up to you to make it right, right? They're looking up to you to make it right. That's why you are the leader. If there's a problem, who do they go to? They go to the person that's the head. Okay, how do we do this? This is what happened. How can we fix it? They're expecting answers from you. So the first point today is for you to focus on the how and not the what. Okay, first point today. Hey, Laverne. Hey, Rhonda. Thanks for jumping on here. Yes. So again, we're talking about how to think like an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is a leader, right? And so we want to have this leadership mentality. So I'm talking about some points that allows you to continue to think like a leader so you can operate and make sure that you and your business are very successful. All right. Hey, Lerner, thanks for jumping on. Love the hearts. Yes. So, all right. So you want to make sure that you spend more time on how to fix a problem, not what the problem is. That's the first point, right? You have to be able to establish the aims and objectives of your business. So you need to know this so that you can focus on those aims. You could focus on those goals. You have to focus on those objectives. And then you have to make sure you're the one. You're the one that makes sure people stay on point. Make sure that they stay the course. Now, if you hire anyone to assist you in that department, of course, that person is going to be looking up to you as well. Okay. So, of course, you've got to have it. You got to do it, right? So I just love the idea of the fact that you know the reason why you went in business in the first place, because you know that you can make this happen and you know that you have that mindset. This is the whole key, the mindset. So successful leaders, they don't just bring ideas to the table, they know how to execute the ideas. So that's the other part of what you need to know as an entrepreneur. You know how to execute the ideas. So everybody can have a powwow and we can come up with these grand ideas and you have all this great stuff going on, but it's okay for you to bring ideas to the table, but who is going to make sure, this again is the how, who is going to make sure that those ideas gets executed? Okay. So you as the entrepreneur, you as the leader is the person that's going to make sure that there is a how you execute an idea for it to become active and successful in your business. Okay. So the first point, guys, first point sounds like a whole lot, but the whole key here is that you don't focus on too much on what, you focus on how. Okay. This is what it is. How do we fix it? How do we make it happen? How do we execute the idea? How do we get to the finish line? How do we become successful? This is where you are. Okay. Once they tell you what, okay, that's what happened. This is how we're going to make it right. This is what you have to do. Okay. So again, first point, focus on the how and not the what. All right. So Anya, thanks for jumping in here. So guys, let's move right on. We're talking about how to think like an entrepreneur. Hit like and share on this video, everything. Hey, Mom T, how you doing? This is what is going to make us a stronger and a more successful individual and business owners. And, of course, we have to have that mindset, stick to that mindset. And so these are points to make sure that you stay on point. Second point today is understand perfection does not exist. I just love this one. I just love this one because, hey, how many of us think that everything's got to be perfect, right? We always have this thing about it's got to be perfect. So we can have a plan. We could be executing that plan and we're never going to be satisfied. Sometimes you do stuff and you don't even put it into action because you're not satisfied because you think it's not right. It's not ready. It's just not perfect enough, right? So there's no such thing as perfect, guys. It's not going to happen. So do not sit on an idea, sit on a plan because you're waiting for it to be the perfect thing, the perfect situation, the perfect resolution. That's not going to happen. Laverne said, that's me. Yes, you know what I mean? So it's just not going to happen. There's no such thing as perfection. I know so many people, she said, that's me, that procrastinate in putting something into action or even acting on it. This is the reason why a lot of people procrastinate on and putting stuff into action because they're thinking this idea is not as perfect as I would like for it to be. I'm not going to present it. I'm not going to act on it because it's not perfect. No, that's not going to happen, right? I've seen so many delays in people's just personal lives, of course, and then specifically in your business. You can't afford to have that happen in your business. So what you need to do is put the plan into effect, right? And then work through the kinks. If there's 80 glitches in there, then make those adjustments, make those changes, and just keep winding it out, right? Until you get to a result that's going to be conducive to you and the business. But do not do nothing because you're waiting on this perfect plan, Laverne. So, all right. And anyone else out there that does that, we all are guilty of doing that because we're expecting perfection, and that does not happen, right? So you want to make sure that you put that plan into action and you work it out. Any glitches, you take care of that as you go along. And at the end of the day, you will have something that at least you could be satisfied with, something that's going to be effective, something that's going to work, and so something that's going to help you to be successful. Okay. So that's it. Understand perfection does not exist. And you want to focus on the big picture while you're doing that, because if you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, there's a place that you're going with this, you know that you have to get started. My whole thing is if you don't get started, you won't finish, right? So if you don't put that plan into action, work it out as you go along, you will not get to the finish line. So we do not want that to happen. All right. So now let's move on to our third point today. For those of you who just joined us, we are talking about think like an entrepreneur, and which is a leader, of course, because that's what you are. And you are, you have a mindset, a winning mindset, a winning mindset. That's what it is. So third point today, guys, and this is one we talked about. We can't stop talking about this. You want to create a plan and stick to it. Okay. How often have we have a plan? You know how many times you write certain things down, and just like we talked about a business plan the other day, you would have a business plan, you would have your structure and procedures, everything in order. And then what happened? You deviate from it. Someone comes up and tell you something else, or you have a meeting and someone comes up with a whole other idea. You go off course, you go off plan. And then what happens is you lose direction. And not only that, you lose time. And what happens? Time is money, they say, right? So you lose direction, you lose time, and you lose focus. And then, of course, you lose money. So again, you have to stick to the plan. You can make adjustment as you go along. You can add to it as you go along, but you don't want to be so deviated from that plan to go off course. So as an entrepreneur, as a leader, guys, create a plan and stick to the plan so that you're not taken off course by any and every little thing that happens, right? Next, you have to make sure that you're knowledgeable, right? Whatever your business is that you're serving, whatever service or product you're giving to the public. Make sure that you're very knowledgeable about everything out there. You have to continue to educate yourself so that you can stay knowledgeable. This allows you also to be confident, right, about your decision and confident about staying on course so that you don't lose track. All right. Thanks for jumping in here. All right. So, guys, as an entrepreneur, you need to know the ins and outs of your business. You can't just not know anything. You need to know the ins and outs. Elaine Smith, how you doing? You need to know the ins and outs of your business. So make sure that you're on top of that. Make sure that you're on point. Okay, so to achieve the most success, you have to know the ins and outs of the business. And you have to stay on top of it, of course. And you have to be there as the leader to give directions and to give answers. That's the only way that you can be effective and for your business to become very profitable and for you to be successful, right? So, I mean, this sounds fair enough, simple enough, and you have to stay on point, stay on strategy, and make sure that, you hold fast so that it leads you to your goals, right? And the goal is to be successful. All right. So this is fairly simple. Again, it is, just points to help you stay positive, to stay strong, to stay, aggressive in terms of where your goals and aspirations are, and make sure that your business becomes very successful, because it depends on you, right? It's what you put out there, what you put in the business, what you put towards your managers and everyone else that's assisting you. That's what you're going to get out of it, right? So let me recap today, guys. We're talking about how to think like an entrepreneur. And again, an entrepreneur is a leader. You have started a business because you had this mindset of being very successful. You have these creative ideas and you're going to work it and you can make it successful, right? So first point today, guys, we want to talk about is focus on the how and not the what. And I love that because a lot of people spend a lot of time on what happened. Oh my God, spend days on what happened, but there's no solution. No one is finding a solution to whatever the problem is. So there's a little bit of how, say 20%, and then all of a sudden, what? How do we fix it? How do we make it right? How do we proceed? How do we go forward? How do we get across this hurdle? That's what you need to do as the entrepreneur, right? And then second point, understand that there is no such thing as perfection. We're guilty of that. Everybody thinks that there's some perfect method. Doesn't happen. Make a plan, work it through, make adjustments, correct it as you go along, put it into effect, and make sure that you work it, guys. Because if you don't get started, you won't get finished. It's never going to be perfect enough for you to get started. So let's not worry about perfection. It does not exist. And we got to tell ourselves that that's a mindset that we have to get out. There's so many people, like Loretta said, she's one of those people guilty of it. You don't act on something because you think it's not a perfect idea and it's just not, so that doesn't work, right? So make sure you get that out of your head. And then the third point today, guys, create a plan and stick to it. You want to make sure that you're not constantly distracted or deviate from the plan. When you distract and deviate from a plan, what happens is you go off course. It takes more time to get back on course. And of course, time is money. So you lose money, you lose focus, and it can be very, very counterproductive for you and your business. So Create that plan, stick to it. We talk about having a business plan. We talk about having all these strategic plans, everything all thought out very well. And so you want to stick to that, guys. It works. It works. It works. We've got to have a prototype so we can follow. Okay. So, so that's my 3-point today. And I just love these points and love these ideas of talking about how you can stay, how you can stay on course and how you can really stay with the mindset that you started off this business with, because you know this can work. It worked for so many other people. You have the mindset, you have the entrepreneur spirit, and you know that you can make your business work. Correct? So with that said, those are my 3 points. I just wanted to remind you guys that we are giving that course where you will learn how to get your business started, how to run, how to operate it, how to be very successful. There's a lot of things in there that we're going to talk about. And for those of you who have already started, there are certain levels in that course that you can also learn from, and different things. I've had people who have started their business already, but they still need to get in here so they can understand their financial situation. They know how to read their balance sheet. They know how to read the bottom line. They know what a profit and loss is. You know what I mean? They know how to write a business plan, and they understand all this stuff. You have to have a foundation. It's like anything else. If you're building a house, there's got to be a strong foundation for you to be successful, or else everything will tumble and fall. That is not what you're putting all this time and money for, right? For everything to go up and come back down because you crashes, because there's a lot of stuff that you did not put in place and you did not know. So we're going to discuss all that stuff in the course. Information will be at elainesdesk.com. Make sure that you go there and get that information. It will tell you everything about what you need to know when the course is, how to sign up. So go to elainesdesk.com and make sure that you do not miss this. So heck, thanks for jumping on here on IG. So every time, guys, if you have any questions, any concern about any of this stuff, make sure that you can give us a call at Proby Tax and Accountant. 323-290-9034, or visit our website at probiztax.com, and you can get most of your questions, or all of your questions answered. I can say that. And if you have any tax needs, any accounting needs, payroll needs, business consultation, any of that stuff, whatever it is that you need to know financially. After 38 years in business, guys, we have a staff that is credible and able to get you guys where you need to go, and we can assist you to be there, to get there, and for you to become very successful in your personal life and your business life, right? So again, with that said, I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday with great points. Tune in and get these tips. Make notes of this stuff, guys. You can come back through here and listen to these videos. They're very, very, very helpful. I've got a lot of feedback from a whole lot of clients who have found them very, very, very useful. And some of these are people who have been in business for years, and they still come here and listen to these videos. So make sure that you use it. For those of you guys who are out there, Rodney says, my personal life. But it says my personal life. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Rodney, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for jumping in. All right. So yes, Rodney have made use of these alive as well, and been in business for many, 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 many years. And there's always room for you to continue to grow and for you to continue to be more successful. And so I have a lot of clients who jump on here as well. Hey, Laverne, thank you, sis. You're very, very welcome. Karen, thank you for jumping on. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So you guys, with that said, I am going to be up out of here. I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Have a fabulous weekend. I don't know where these weeks are going. I don't know where they're going. This is almost the end of May. So you guys have a fabulous weekend. And I think it's a holiday weekend. So have a wonderful time this holiday weekend. Be safe. And I want you guys to take care of each other and take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.